Hey guys, Welsknight here, and welcome back to another episode of Kingdoms. We are here today in the Skyrim theme village, and you may notice it looks a little bit different than the last time we were here. So, a couple things have changed. First of all, there was a live stream, and we did a bunch of work here. I built this additional house. We built a little well right here. The house, no real interior to speak of. It's just kind of here, and it looks pretty terrible on the inside. There's still some work we got to do there. But we built that. We built this. We kind of laid out the roads. These are not going to be the permanent roads, but these are just kind of showing where the streets in this village are going to be. And then also, off camera entirely, I kind of laid out a few things. So I laid out that this house was going to be here. I laid out that we're going to have another house over here. And I laid out that this is going to be an inn. So, and that's what we're going to work on today, is this inn. Other things, I changed the birch to spruce, because I was, ooh, hi, creeper. No, don't destroy my town and me. Anyway, I was looking at the blocks and just, I don't know, I didn't like them. I tried a few different things, I experimented with a few different things, and I ultimately decided to go with spruce and then a dark oak highlight, and I think that looks really good. I made some modifications to the texture pack as well, so we have a new glass texture. A lot of you said that the glass texture that I was using, with the kind of default glass texture, really didn't work. It was too modern, and I totally agree. So I changed this up, and we've got a different glass texture now, which is pretty simple. It's nothing super fancy, but I think it works really well for this kind of medieval style that this world is done in. So we're going with that. And I also made a slight modification to the color of dark oak in the texture pack as well, of the dark oak planks, slabs, and stairs. It's a little bit more brown and gray and a little bit less red. It's not as vibrant as it was, and I think it looks a little bit better. You can barely tell. It's a very minor tweak, but I think it blends a lot better with other things. And I'll put a link in the description to an updated version of the texture pack. If I forget, please remind me, because I'm terrible at remembering that sort of stuff sometimes. But one other thing, a lot of you have mentioned that you've tried to use the texture pack, and it says, this is for an older version of Minecraft. You can't do that. It's incompatible, right? So it'll say that. Just hit yes. This resource pack was made for an older version of Minecraft and may no longer work correctly. Just hit yes. It should work just fine. It gives me the same error as well. It's something to do with the pack metadata, and I haven't quite figured out how to update that yet, so I need to get around to doing that. But I'll put a link to the version of the texture pack that I'm using right now in the description. So, yeah, I think that's basically it. That's all with all those administrative announcements out of the way, let's go ahead and get into working on this inn a little bit. So I'm going to grab some spruce logs here. Oh, and I organized this, by the way. So it's looking much better, and we have a lot more storage up here now. Chests and trap chests, and and you know what, now that I'm looking at this, is there any difference between the chest and the trap chest texture when they do these Christmas skins? I don't think there is. I think they look identical to me. Because there's a slight difference between the chest and the trapped chest texture with the regular vanilla, like the default chests that we're all used to. But I don't know if there is a difference for the Christmas ones now. Those will go away soon, by the way. They're just kind of a little Mojang getting in the holiday spirit, so to speak. So anyway, this is going to be the inn. And what we're going to have over here is this area right here. This is going to be bedrooms, right? So we'll have probably 2 or 3, probably 2. I'm thinking 2 bedrooms right here in this box, right? And then we'll have kind of an open area here, and this will be like a bar and some tables and chairs and stuff like that where people can hang out and relax. And then over here, this is going to be like a little storage area, I think, with, some stuff for the inn, food and drinks and stuff in storage, right? Or maybe it'll even go down to like a basement where they store all the casks of ale and mead and stuff like that. Who knows? But that's kind of the plan. So this part is definitely going to be 1 level. So let's go 1, 2, 3, make these 4 high altogether. Like this. There we go. And there, and then here as well. And I'm going to need a bunch of spruce planks. And actually, you know what? I've got a bunch of spruce planks in here. I should probably grab them. Just so we use those. Ooh. There we go. Okay, that should be good. We can make use of those a little bit. So let's go up to here. Also, I know that a lot of you said, oh, why is this? This is the old glass texture. What happened? Hold on. Did I not apply? Oh, I applied the wrong. Just kidding. This was the October 2nd version of the texture pack. I want the December 22nd version of the texture pack. Derp. There we go. Much better. Okay. I was looking at those windows. I was like, huh? I mentioned, a lot of you mentioned that in Skyrim, the houses actually don't have windows, or at least the vast majority of them don't. And that's true. And I just want to kind of stress that this is a Skyrim inspired village and is not meant to be copying like a specific Skyrim town or even really like an exact copy of that. It's more of like a general feel, if that makes sense. I'm going for more like that general style of architecture and all that kind of stuff. So we will still have windows because I think windows are very important for making a house in Minecraft look good. And adding interest to the walls. So, okay, now let's kind of bring that over. This is a center point right here. So let's put a door here, and then these rooms will basically be mirrors of each other, right? We'll have just like little 4x4 bedrooms. So we'll lay those out. Now, I'm thinking that this section here is going to be a bit bigger. So we'll have like right here maybe 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, let's go up 4 high on those. So 1, 2, 3, 4. And this will be kind of our main building, if that makes any sense. There we go. 1, 2, 3, 4. And then right here, I might actually take... Oh, let's see. So this is 3 right now. I might... Well, we'll see. We're gonna go... Oh, come on. You know what? I'm almost tempted to take off my elytra right now because it's driving me crazy. There we go. Let's go 3 here, and I guess I'll bring this one up for now. And that should be okay. We can play around with that and see how it goes. So, up here, break that. Do that. Leave room for a door here in the center. And that should be good. Now, I'm not going to fill in this interior wall all the way just yet. We'll get there. We'll get there eventually. But this is going to have to be filled into right here. Like so. There we go. And then, now, do we want... No, I think this should be fine. Okay. So we've got kind of those walls in place. This little chunk right here is going to have to go up to there. And then we said this was going to be that wall, right? Because we have a log here. Oh, this is not symmetrical now. Because this needs to be... Yeah, this needs to be an odd number. So we may have to switch this up yet again. So we would go like right... How do I want to deal with that? Because this is an odd number, which is 5, which means this needs to be our center right here, which means we need a log here for sure to divide that up. And then ideally, I would have another log right here. Maybe we'll just shift this over. Maybe we'll shift this little bit right here over, just like one block. That should do the trick. Yeah, let me take a little nap here. Let me get some work done on this, and I'll come back to you in just a second. All right, guys, I am back. That looks much better. I think I'm much happier with the way that this looks now. So now we need to come in here and kind of sort out our roof a bit, and we're going to have to kind of get some... ooh, I'm going to need more oak. Yeah, definitely going to need more. Let's do maybe 2 stacks worth. There we go. So we'll get that. Let me grab some dark oak planks and some dark oak stairs as well. That should be enough, I think. So one thing I'm going to have to do in here is I'm going to have to come through and replace all of this with oak slabs for our floors, because that's what we've been using kind of throughout the village for our flooring, right? We'll just kind of get this in here. Don't really want a grass floor in our tavern. I think that would be a little silly. So we'll get that replaced. And then I also need to work on the roof a little bit. So let's just go like that. Give me a little staircase so I can kind of get up here to where I need to be. And we're going to start... You know, we could potentially do something a little different with this and actually bring those up at that level. That could be kind of cool, right? So this would come out and up here, and then we go up. Now, Yeah. Okay, I know what we can do. So, up, over, like so, right? Pretty standard roof, very similar to what we've been doing in a lot of these. There we go. Kind of bring it out over here. It's going to be very high. Gonna kind of hang over the edge there a little bit. And then here... This guy would kind of do the same thing. We turn it right there. And what we'll do is probably add a second level to this. There we go. Let's just take a look at that. Does that look even? It does, at least from what I can see. But we'll just add like a second level to this, which should be fine. And then here... We'll basically just bring this over like that. And it'll kind of come in here like this. And then we're going to essentially do the same thing. So we'll have these spruce supports that will kind of just come up on top of the roof like until they hit the top of the roof, right? Which I think will actually look pretty cool. And then maybe what we can do is cap them off with like some dark oak slabs or something like that. So like right here and here, we would put those. And I think that should look okay. Let's just see. If I take a look at it from here. Yeah, that actually looks all right. I'm okay with that. Cool. All right, let me get some more work on the roof done. Let me finish getting this floor in place, and I'll come back to you with a progress update in just a sec. All right, guys, I am back. So I've got a good chunk of this in place. However, let me show you what I've got so far. So I've got this part over here, this part over here, and this part over here. That's all laid out. That's all good. I'm perfectly fine with it. We can cap that off. We can cap that guy off, and we can cap that off. No problem. Piece of cake, right? So this section here and this section here, we've got the roof figured out. However, this additional box right here that's going to hold the 2 rooms, I'm rethinking how I want to do this, because I was originally thinking, okay, well, we'll do another roof, similar in style to these. But the more that I look at it, the less that I feel like that would actually fit within the theme of this village. So what I'm kind of thinking instead is, rather than having another pointed roof like that, what if we were to do, like, maybe a gabled roof? Right? So it would come, or like not a gabled roof. That's not the right term. A hipped roof. What if we were to do like a hipped roof? That might be kind of interesting. So what a hipped roof is basically a roof that kind of comes in from all sides and goes up all at once. So I would put slabs there. I would cap these off. I don't have any more. That's all right. I can get more pretty easily. Let's just go boop. There we go. And let's just see, how would this look? Right, so it would start here. We'd cap those off. And then it would kind of come up. Man, I don't know. I mean, this right here would end up being like that. We'd go over here like so. Right? Up at an angle. I don't know. And then I suppose it could just cut directly in right here. I don't know. This chunk of the roof, I need to think about it a bit. I need to put some more thought into this side. But what I can do in the meantime, sometimes I find that when you're working, especially when you're working on roofs, sometimes I find it's easier to like think about and visualize when you've got the rest of the roof kind of already in place, I guess, would be the way to put it. So let's do some work on the parts of the roof that we have figured out, which are those other 2 sides. So let's put away all this oak, because I'm not gonna need that. I will need the spruce. Do we have more spruce planks? Not many. We have some spruce stairs. We have some spruce slabs. And we have a very small amount of spruce planks, but I do have more spruce logs, which we're gonna need. So that should be good. Sign can go away. Yeah, the rest of it should be fine. For now. Oh, actually, you know what? Let's grab my brown shulker box that has all my wood in it, and let's just put all the dark oak in there for now. We'll just put that away. I'll need it later, once we figure out what we're going to do with the other part of the roof, because it's the dark oak, it's essentially just an outline block, but that'll work. Now, what I'm going to do here, to make this work, right, we're going to add stairs right there, kind of going up into this level, so that we can bring the roof out right there, and it'll look good. And it will give us some additional depth in the wall as well, which is always a good thing. So like right here, I may even bring that down. Let's maybe bring that down 1 block. Start at 1 block lower. We'll start right here instead. Do I like that better? I think I do. I think I do. Start at 1 block below. Right. If I could place these without like falling and and missing, and that would be great. Excuse me. So then it's in line with this over here and over here, but it's lower over here. So here we've got 3. Let's bring it up right here. Right here, we'll do it right there, I think. That'll be fine. Yeah. And there. Okay, there it's good. Okay, so we got that. Now we're going to put our back on this chunk so we can see where all of this goes. Like so. Do the same right here. Did I mess that up? Why are these, like, off? Oh, because this is supposed to... Wait, hold on. 1, 2, 3, 4, right? And then here we've got 1, 2, 3. Huh? How did I don't even know what I'm doing now. I'm lost and confused. So confused. We'll just start it up there. It'll be fine. It'll look okay. So we'll do that, and let's grab our spruce like this and fill in the back of this wall like so. Good. All right. And then we're gonna have to do the same over here too. So 1, 2, 3. 1, 2. Okay. Now roof part. So we want to make sure that the changes to the roof happen 1 level lower than the roof outline, right? And that's what we've done with the rest of the village, so that shouldn't really be a new concept for you guys, because we did that in the last episode with the previous house, so should be easy. That looks good. We'll bring this over. We'll bring these. Do I have more stairs? Of course I don't have more stairs. Why would I have what I need? It never fails. Never fails. There we go. Let's do that. Honestly, you know what? I'm gonna need a ton of spruce stairs. Let's just make a massive amount of them. They're gonna get used over the course of the village. It'll be fine. And let's move this to... Let's move this to this wall right here. Because this side is not going to be done until I figure out what I'm going to do with that part of the roof. So that's no big deal. And I finished putting that in, so that's all good. Okay, cool. Let me go ahead and finish getting this roof in place, guys, and then I'll come back to you in just a sec. Alright guys, I am back. So we've got most of the roof in place, and I think it's looking good. We've got kind of this little chunk here. That looks just fine to me. It's going to obviously need some love and some detail. We're going to have to blend it in. This whole part right here, I'm still trying to figure out what I'm going to do. Haven't really decided yet. I do know that up here, I want to get rid of that and go like this into a stair and like so. And just basically bring that back into right here. Okay? And the reason that I want to do that is so that when you're looking at it from down here, it really kind of defines that line a bit better. So you can see much more clearly that this is a part that additionally kind of sticks out from the roof. And then ultimately, we'll do the same thing up on the very top of the roof too, right up here. There we go. So we'll take these away. We'll go maybe 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. Stair, stair. Slab, 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 slab. Maybe one more. Leave a gap of 3 there. Let's take a look at that. Yeah, I think that's good. I think that's perfectly fine. That'll work. And that just kind of helps us define that roof a little bit better. Now, this little chunk here, I don't know. I really... What kind of a roof could I put on this that would look good? That is the question. We could potentially do some sort of split roof. So it would be like two arcs that kind of come up. That might work. And I just dropped a couple blocks in here. Let's fix that. Let's do that. Let me eat this. And let's think maybe let's just swing over here and let's experiment with this a little bit. So what if we were to go here? Actually, you know what? Let's start here on this side. Right there, right? Because this would come up in line with these, base itself off of that, and it would come up right here. So let's tear these out. Let's try something out here. We'll go one. Oh, come on now. Place where I want you to place. We'll go 1, 2, 3, there. Okay, and then let's ender pearl up here. We'll get rid of that and that. This is not... Why does this look wrong? Oh, because this actually is supposed to come up one more and get a cap on it. Same with this one here, if we're sticking with the style and the theme of the rest of it. Okay, so then we would bring this guy out one and over, like that. And this one would technically be here, right? Because we'd go out and over. Yeah. So right here, let's tear that out for a minute, put this here and do that, which is where that would go. And then it would go up, up, and up, over like this, up, over, here, out, and then here we would go like this, I think, instead, maybe? There. No, that's not right, though. Because this would be like our center. Oh, man, that's going to be really hard to kind of figure out. Maybe I can build it down, and we can do it that way. If we put that here, and then like so, with a block there, and a thing like this. That might work. So this would go up, here, there. There's my center point, right? Ooh. Oh, these are 4. Oh, man. These are not going to be centered no matter what I do, because this is not an even, right? These are 4-block rooms. Ah, man, that really messes stuff up. Okay, I'm going to have to rethink this roof, and I'm going to have to put more time into this than I was originally anticipating. So, guys, I think I'm going to go ahead and wrap up the episodes right here. If you have an idea for how to tackle this roof, please, by all means, leave me a comment. Let me know. I'm sure we can come up with something that would fit this style and would still look good. But what I was kind of originally envisioning, and then what I was envisioning the second time around, not going to work quite as I had initially thought. So I think we're going to have to kind of go back to the drawing board with this part. But I am quite happy with the rest of it. I think the rest of it looks good. We'll still have to go in and add some detail. You know, you can see all the little, we'll have to mess up the roof and, make it look better than this. This is just too clean right now. But overall, I'm thinking we're off to a really good start. But as I said, I'm out of time for this one. Guys, if you enjoyed this video, don't forget to like, subscribe, and leave me a comment. I do appreciate it, and it really helps out my channel. You can also find me on Facebook, Twitter, and Twitch. There are links in the video description below, so check that out as well. Otherwise, guys, thanks for watching, and I'll definitely see you next time.